Hi, I'm Shelley Young, owner of the Chopping Block, and today I'm going to teach you how to make an over easy egg. Now, if you didn't know this, the chef toque, the chef hats that people wear, each one of those little pleats in there is supposed to designate which way every way to cook an egg, and how you gauge the best chefs or the chefs that know how to cook every kind of egg perfectly. So it seems like a simple preparation, but there really is an art form to cooking eggs. And so I don't mean to make light of it, but I also don't want to make it challenging for you. I want to give you a couple techniques today that are going to help you in making over easy eggs or eggs in general. Number one, let's talk about equipment. That's incredibly important for this. I have a fish spatula today. That's a great tool for something like an over easy egg if you don't have the skill to flip the eggs. Now, the non-stick pan that I'm using is another critical part here. This is made by a company called Le Creuset, but there are other non-stick pans that are available that you can use metal utensils in. So make sure that you're getting the right pan and the right piece of equipment. If you're using a non-stick pan that can't use metal utensils, you may use a heat-proof rubber spatula as your turner. If you want to practice and good at flipping your eggs or whatever is in your pan, you're sauteing your vegetables, I'm going to show you a little technique for that. I put in here some lentils. You can try this with beans, or both of those are really great for this. But you can practice flipping and build that muscle when you're not flipping your eggs, because the eggs might end up on the floor or in the stove, and this is food you're not wasting. But it's the same technique. When you look at a saute pan like this, your saute pan, you want a little slope on the side. The intention is the actual pan is flipping the food over. What you're doing is just kicking it out. So let me show you what I am actually doing. I throw a few on the floor, that's always good luck. But you simply toss the food out and then catch it. So if you do this over and over and over and over and over again for a while, you might get yourself confident in that cooking skill. So I've got my pan heated. This is a medium-high heat. I want this to be nice and hot, but I don't really want the butter to brown or the eggs to brown. So if you've got this pan too hot, just wipe the fat out and start over and let that pan cool down a little bit. Drop in my eggs in here. If you can't crack an egg with one hand, you might put the eggs on a plate and slide them in here. A little salt and pepper. Now, what I'm doing here, the eggs have cooked for a second, just slipping around in the pan, making sure they're not sticking, but also I'm positioning them to flip. I put the eggs right at the tip of the handle, at the base of the handle here. What I'm looking for now while the eggs are cooking is that I want the whites here to get a little less translucent, a little bit whiter. And I want to use a pretty low heat here, because the thing about eggs is eggs overcook and get tough really easily. So the lower heat is their friend. They'll come out much more tender. I can see the white just starting to cook underneath there, so I'm going to flip it. So I do this, get it right at the tip of the pan. So I've flipped them the first time, I'm just going to flip them back and out of the pan. Look at that, beautiful. That is how you make an over easy egg.